up, Shuckle Fucks? It's your boy Dark Arco here with What If Issei Became Like Madara Uchiha, Part 2 of this What If. So yes, this is part 2 of this What If. I know you people probably missed this What If. Not really. It's probably one day ago, but yeah. Since yesterday I kind of uploaded that one shot, just because of, well, mostly I wanted to upload something, but I didn't have time to rewatch some other things, so of course I just uploaded that and done. Yeah. But not the point. Let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. I have the next part of the story. I don't have it scripted down, so I only have it in my mind. Because, you know what, I realized it takes too fucking long to script shit. So yes. And that's why so many other YouTubers mostly take forever to script stuff. And yeah, and I realized the struggle. The pain, the struggle, and other things. So I go on when I just go off my mind. Because fuck it. Not the point. Let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah, I should also mention this my fucking hot. This room is so fucking hot. Let me turn on the fucking air conditioner. Also, if the air conditioner is too loud and it's kind of annoying as hell in the background, also like you heard that when I was just kind of doing that, then you realize, yeah, it's probably a pain. But not the point. Let me begin into this what if. Sorry for rambling. And no recaps, no nothing. Let me begin. So we begin into Issei. Well, mostly Issei Uchiha. Issei Uchiha kind of left Naruto after they both went to the ramen shop, and of course, Issei was mostly kind of figuring out how Naruto works. Now, Naruto is an idiot, so of course, is where Issei is going to have to mostly improve his knowledge with stuff, because he knows that Naruto is hated by everyone in the village. And seeing Issei be next to Naruto, people kind of just gave him kind of like weird looks. Until they kind of realized that mostly Issei looks to be someone new for the village. So of course not many people realized that, oh shit, well he's new, so we should try to get him away. Which Issei never did, like leave Naruto's sight, or like left his like next to him or anything. He didn't hate him, he didn't do anything. Because Naruto, well, mostly you see here, the reason why Issei is kind of with Naruto is because Issei gets reminded of himself from Naruto. A little bit from his past self. From his past self, mostly his like old world. He's just gonna call fucking the world that he was in. He just doesn't know what to call it, so he's just gonna call it world hated, because he just doesn't care. He doesn't really care what the world was called, whatever. He's gonna call this world the Shinobi world, the world that he wants to just be in for his entire life, and never go back to that world ever. Because, well, yeah, he just doesn't want to go back. He loves this world, even if he's in a coma and he's in the Shinobi world and he won't actually remember any of this shit. He's just going to enjoy life. But of course, that's not the point. The reason why he kind of feels bad for Naruto is because mostly everyone in the whole village hates him. Kind of reminds him way too much of mostly his past self, when everyone in the school hated him. And after the whole ORC kind of deal, the whole school even hated him more. Like if he was worse than trash, worthless and anything, yeah. And that's why Issei kind of almost gave up life. Now of course he would have like jumped into ongoing traffic to kill himself, which he was thinking of doing that in the first place, before Truck-kun came out of nowhere and said beep beep boom, smashed into him, and he went to the Shinobi world. But not the point. But of course, that's not the point. This is where, well, Issei kind of just get reminded of that a lot. Now he knows that if Naruto, mostly if this world Naruto, he has kind of like read fanfics and other things, or even watch what ifs and other stuff on mostly his back in his world, like watch anime and other stuff. He always wished that Naruto just would have became a villain. And now that he's here, he's going to try to change Naruto's mindset. He's not going to make Naruto give two flying fucks about villagers. He's going to change his fucking lifestyle. Even if he has to become Aizen, mostly Issei. But yeah. But mostly, we go into Issei after kind of like walking away from mostly Naruto, from out of the ramen shop, and that's where Naruto, well, was going back to his apartment, while Issei was going back towards his house, / mostly living with Kakashi, just to bother him, just because why not. But that's where, well, before kind of going home, he noticed a trail of like black feathers. Now, for one thing, he was confused in seeing black feathers which kind of reminded him straight up as, well, mostly Itachi being in the Leaf Village, which he gets right now scared a little bit because, well, yeah, but then actually curious on why Itachi's in the village. But yeah, that's the first thing he thinks about when he sees black feathers on the ground. He thinks of a crow, and the only other people that uses crow summonings or just crows in general on their jutsus is Itachi and probably some other people. But he doesn't care. This is where he's like running into the forest right now, trying to figure out where Itachi's at. This is where he even activated his Sharingan, his basic Tomoe Sharingan. Now, if you don't know what his basic Tomoe Sharingan is, it's basically this first one in the right side, the one with a slick on it. But yeah, this is where, well, he's looking all around, and this is where, well, he noticed a trail of like these people walking through this forest. He noticed the headband being a Cloud Village headband, and he noticed 3 girls right now being all in like, what's it called, like tied up, and of course being like right now roped in by these people. Of course they had like, well, blindfolds, and they were walking. One was actually kind of pulling something from their back, which he noticed what it was. It was literally black wings. They had black wings, which right now horrified him. Well, kind of horrifying him, but shocked him at the same time. He never heard of people having black wings in the shinobi world. He never actually heard of it because mostly, well, first of all, he watched all the anime, even the freaking fillers and other shit, but he never seen any of the characters having black wings. Which reminds him, instead of seeing these people with mostly black wings in the character shows in Naruto, mostly in the shinobi world, he gets reminded straight up of 3 different people because they're females. But of course, this is where he noticed their hair colors. One had yellowish hair, one mostly yellowish, kind of shortish blondish hair. The other had kind of bluish kind of hair, and the last one had blackish hair. Of course, they had mostly blindfold, so you couldn't see their eyes. But they all had 3 wings, or mostly all 3 of them had wings. Mostly, one of them had mostly 2 pairs of wings, being the blondish hair girl. The bluish hair girl had also 2 pairs of wings, and the last one had mostly 2 pairs of wings also. This is where, well, Issei was right now reminded of 3 people from his past life. 3 people that he would never expect to ever see again. And that is none other than Mintel, Calawinner, and also Rainer. Now, of course, this is where he's thinking, nah, it might be just a coincidence. Whatever. Issei thinks that he might not even help them because, well, he's not a hero. He doesn't care. This is where he then thinks about it again. But, black wings. Maybe if I take their genetics into me, would I also have wings? I mean, I already have dragon wings. I don't need this. But I guess as a leaf ninja, this could boost up my population, and then I'll be easier to manipulate stuff. Well, time to do what I do best. This is where Issei right now poofed 2 kind of kunais from his back, and these kunais have symbols on them. This is where, well, he says Flying Thunder God. He throws both of the kunais into front of the person, or mostly one of them in front of the person, well, was walking, and the guy that was in the back, the rear, they were confused in seeing these kunais until they realized what kind of kunais they were, and they say, guys, move! This is where before they can even move fast enough, a kid appeared right in front of them, right now putting the guy in a genjutsu when he looked into this guy's eyes, into the kid's eyes, and of course, he was just in nothing but a green flame plane world. He was like, wait, what is happening? He then started feeling like he's getting burned. I'm like, ah, ah, ah. He's screaming into just panic. This is where, well, he was screaming in panic right now, wondering what to do. Of course, he was just burning alive. And this is where, well, the last guy, well, mostly the guy in the back who got his head cut off in an instant. This is where Issei noticed the other people. There was actually, well, mostly 6 people in total. So 2 people, one in the front and the other one in the back, and then the other kind of 4 were in the side, kind of protecting the girls from anything because they wanted to take them to the Leaf, well, mostly not Leaf Village, the Cloud Village. This is where other girls stopped because they were confused, and this is where Issei noticed the 6 people, or mostly the other 4, and this is where Issei right now just said one word. He says, or not even one word. He says one word. Purgatory. He glances at all 4 of them at once with his eyes, and they all just explode into crimson red flames. This is where, well, they all died in an instant, falling down to the ground. Right now, all dead. This is where, well, he then grins with such sharp teeth. And of course, his eyes went back into an emerald green color, but they're slick still. And this is where, well, he then goes to the girl in front, right now falling down forward because she seems to be passing out. This is where Issei managed to catch her, and of course takes off her kind of blindfold to see in who exactly this bitch is that much. But yeah, he doesn't really cool. He really doesn't care who this person is. But yeah, this girl seems to have very soft kind of features. Mostly her face seems to be very soft and very smooth, but at the same time there's like a mark of like they got hit or something. And this is where the other two right now are standing still. Of course, they seem to be nervous entirely, shaking, just hearing kind of these screams, or not even screams, these silent screams before nothing. This is where Issei kind of just puts the girl down, mostly the girl with blackish hair, then goes up towards the girl with bluish hair, takes off her blindfold, and the only thing that the girl sees, mostly she had her eyes closed, and when she started opening them, she had kind of, these, what's it called? What's her eye color again? Wait. Now, of course, she had yellow eyes, and when she kind of opened her eyes, this is where she sees a male with kind of green, slick eyes, which scared the shit out of her, and she passed out in an instant. This is where, well, Issei says, "Are you fucking serious?" This is where he goes on to the last girl, mostly the girl that has blondish hair. And of course, when he takes off her blindfold, this is where she also takes off mostly the ropes in an instant by sharp claws. And this is where, well, like, he basically just cuts them off loose from her. And this is where, well, Issei then looks into her eyes. And this is where, well, what she sees, mostly when she opened her eyes, is bluish eyes that she has. And of course, this is where she looks up and seeing a person with green slick eyes. Of course, where, well, his hands were in claws but then went back to normal. And Issei says, "Don't you dare fucking pass out," Issei said in such a demanding tone. This is where, well, she gets scared in an instant, and of course this is where she falls down, not trying to pass out in an instant, but this is where, well, she said, "Please, don't kill us. I don't want to die. I already died in a different world. Please don't kill me." This is where, well, Issei kind of crouched down. Of course, his face is still being shadowed by the darkness, and most of the moonlight behind him makes him way too much of a menace. So, of course, you can barely see his face, just only the green slick eyes. This is where, well, Issei says, "Okay, I want to know answers. First, why did these cloud ninjas try to, well, kidnap you three?" This is where, well, the girl right now goes into a stuttering mess and saying, "Well, well," this is where he says, "Shut up and right now breathe for a second." This is where, well, she starts breathing right now. And this is where, well, thanks to the commanding tone that mostly Issei says. And this is where, well, she then calms down a little bit, and this is where she says, I don't know. I think it's because of our wings. We were just training. We weren't trying to mess with anyone, and yet we got captured by these clown ninjas. I think they were going to do something to us. Where are they anyway?" This is where Issa said, with an uncaring, cold-ass dead voice, "Dead." This is where she gets even more nervous now. This is where Issa says, "Calm down. I'm didn't, well, I did kill them, but not the point. Keep continuing on. Next question." This is where Issa says, "Is your name, by any chance, Mittel?" This is where she winds her eyes, and this is where, well, she gets even more scared, wondering who this person is and how does she know, well, how does he know mostly their name from a past life. This is where, well, Issei noticed the nervous look and even scared, fearful look in mostly their eye, or mostly her eye. Issei said, "Okay, so I'm taking yes that Mittel is basically her name. I only guess, but then again, their names over there in the back, those two." This is where Milton noticed the other two girls, and this is where she gets scared. She's like, "Are they dead?" No, they passed out in an instant. The first one literally just passed out from, I think, exhaustion. Second one, I only took off her blindfold and she instantly passed out. And of course, you are the last one, and I didn't kill. Now, those two. The one with the bluish hair, her name is Calariner, and the other one is named Rainer, isn't their names? This is where the girl even gets more scared and says, How do you know our names?" This is where, well, Issei said, "Not the point in how I know your names. Now I see that you people actually came to this world, which is a kind of a shame. I was thinking I was be the only one who actually came to this world, and not you people. But whatever. Not the point. It seems that you're right now a human, but you still have your fallen angel wings. Quite weird to actually see that. Then again, I can't really complain about myself too much. This is where he holds his kind of right hand for a second until he kind of just shaked it off for a second. This is where, well, he says, not the point. How about this? I help you three in find an apartment for a minute or a second. Actually, did you even live in a leaf village? This is where she shaked her head, didn't even know what the hell a leaf village is. This is where, well, he says, I see. Fine. How about you and your two friends come with me to kind of live, and I'll talk to you three, mostly after you get some rest. This is where she nods for a second, and this is where Issei nods, and this is where he gets up and kind of goes, picks up Rainer and even Kalawinner, and this is where, well, Issei then just kind of says, follow me. This is where, well, she nodded in an instant. Of course, Issei did pick up his kunais and just puts him back into mostly a summoning scroll that he had, or mostly a summoning kind of seal that he had in his back. But yeah, this is where, well, he then kind of walks towards mostly the Leaf Village and where he came from, and of course they get back towards mostly towards the sorry, wait. Towards what's it called, the Leaf Village, and of course towards the apartments. Now of course Issei, when he kind of opens the door, well, knocks at it and then feels like there's no one inside, he then opens the door, realizes it's kind of unlocked, which for fuck's sake, Kakashi. This is where, well, he kind of walks in, and this is where he noticed that mostly Kakashi went off to do whatever fucking sakes. There's a paper on mostly the table. This is where Kakashi says, here's some money for food, and also I went to go get a mission. This is where he says, you motherfucker. This is where Issei noticed that, well, yes, there's only two rooms. There's Kakashi's room and his room. Which one problem is, yeah, this place isn't big enough, and this is where he sighs a lot more. And this is where, well, he then kind of looks at Mito, who already passed out. Yes, she already was exhausted entirely. Issei said, oh, for fuck's sake, where do I put them in? This is bad. This is where, well, mostly someone in his head says, you know, you can always just put them into your room so you can sleep together. They don't seem like bad people right now. They don't even know your identity. This is where, well, Issei said, no, Drake, we're not doing this. Alright, I keep forgetting that you've been here. Sorry about that, Drake. Drake says, no, it's fine. Yeah, I know, we are right now in the Shinobi world, so of course you're probably forgetting instantly. This is where, well, they're now known as someone in his head named Drake kind of said. This is where, well, he says, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. This is where, well, Drake says, no, it's fine. Truly, so, just put them in your bed, who really cares? You can wake up earlier to explain to them and why they're in your room. This is where, well, he says that I don't really feel comfortable sleeping next to two fallen angels. They're not fallen angels, kid. That's just their genetics they're born with. He says, that's just... I can't even bother with you, can I? No, because I know you're already exhausted. You used to fly in Raijin. You used to Genjutsu. Mostly Sharingan Genjutsu. And then you use something called Purgatory. So I know damn well you were exhausted entirely. Issei yawns and says, screw you, Drake, fine. This is where, well, Issei kind of goes into his room and puts mostly the three girls that are sleeping all together. And of course puts himself to kind of the edge of the bed. But of course, he just kind of sleeping. He started falling asleep, but yeah. We go into the next day, and of course, where, well, all three of the girls woke up in an instant, and of course, wondering what the heck even happened. Mostly, well, one of them kind of does scream, kind of wondering what the hell happened, and that was the girl with blackish hair. This is where Issei instantly woke up in an instant, fell down the bed because, well, fuck it, he was in the edge of the corner. And this is where Issei said, ow, shut the hell up for a second. Issei said with such an annoyed fucking tone. Mito also kind of woke up in an instant. She jolted up in an instant. Even Kalawinner, right now looking at Rainer and kind of wondering what the fuck is wrong with Rainer. This is where Rainer says, huh? This is where, well, she looked at Kalawinner and even Mito. They are on a fluffy bed, well, yeah, soft bed, which is not hurting them. They're not sleeping on the ground for like the past 2 days. And this is where, well, she's kind of saying, what the hell happened? This is where, well, mostly Mito says, I don't know what the hell happened. You fucking scream into my ear. God damn it. Ow, I'm gonna be deaf for a couple of fucking hours. Mito said with such an angry, annoyed toned voice. Kalawinner says, same, what the hell, Rainer? This is where, well, mostly they don't say her kind of, well, mostly Rain, well, mostly her name, they kind of say Rain, yeah, Rain, not Rainer. And this is where, well, Calawerner said, and Calawerner, mostly they have kind of like different names in this world instead of their past lives because, yeah, they don't want to, yeah. This is where, well, mostly Calawerner and even Mittel says, God damn it, Rain, stop fucking screaming a lot. This is where Rain says, sorry. This is where, well, Calawerner, whose name, Colin, yeah, you know, Colin, Werner, no, fuck it, her name is, shit, what the hell do I call her? You know, I'm gonna call her Umi. So, I was thinking of the other character who was Umi Uchiha. I'm gonna change it to Noelle Uchiha Sylvian, but yeah. Now, of course, her name is just Umi, but yeah. Mostly thanks for her kind of blue shirt, but yeah. And this is where Mito is just kind of Meteor. Yeah, Meteor, like that. Of course, where, well, this is where, well, Rainer says, I'm sorry. It's just exactly where the hell are we? Did they do something to us? This is where she kind of just hold her body in an instant. Mostly Rainer in an instant because she thought mostly the Cloud Village decided to take advantage of them. This is where, well, Mito kind of remembers and says, no, I think mostly that one person kind of helped us. The guy with greenish like eyes. This is where, well, Calawerner says, wait, you saw that also? This is where, well, mostly, Mito says, yeah, I even talked to him. Now, I don't even know where he's at. Issei gets up from the bed and says, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Stop screaming in the fucking middle of the morning. What even time is it? Issei right now grabs a fucking clock off the stand and notice it's already time for school. And this is where Issei says, oh, for fuck's sake, school, fuck. Issei said with such an annoying fucking tone, and that's where it kind of just like jolts all three of them up. And that's where they notice Issei. Issei has kind of like this mostly, he basically looks like Indra. So he looks like Indra, but in this picture, mostly this Indra picture right here. So he has kind of like brownish, but at the same time reddish tint of like hair. Of course, having green, kind of like bright emerald green eyes. And of course, the clothing that he kind of wears, it's mostly like this black shirt with like these black pants, but yeah. Of course, this is where he has black sandals, and this is where he says, people are so annoying. Shut up. God damn it. So annoying. This is where Issei keeps saying because, well, yeah, he just got jolted up from his little napping sleep. Like, he was planning in his sleep, and this is where Rainer decides to fucking scream. Issei jolted up and fell down. But, yeah, mostly face first into the ground because he was at the edge of the bed for karma. But, yeah, mostly in Drake's words, the karma. This is where, well, Issei said, so annoying. Can you three, like, ever not fucking scream too loud while scaring the shit out of me? I literally just let you sleep in my bed because I was thinking, oh yeah, that'd be the nicest thing. Why the fuck did you just scream? Issei kind of narrows his greenish eyes at mostly Rainer. Rainer kind of gets scared and says, who are you? Issei said... Issei kind of just smiles, such an evil smile for a second, until he says, that was none of your business, Rainer, Calawerner, and Milto. This is where, well, all of them wind their eyes and say, how do you know our past names? This is where Rainer wind her eyes and right now kind of like try to like go at further back away from mostly Issei. And of course, but kind of behind her is Calawerner and Milto. Milto says, yeah, I still want to know about that, but I couldn't really recognize because mostly I passed out. Calawerner says, how do you know our name? Issei sighs, and this is where Issei says, how to tell you? Well, if I tell you, would you believe me? This is where, well, they kind of look at him, and this is where, well, Issei activates his eyes towards mostly his, like, monocle kind of state, that being this greenish with white slick, and this is where, well, Issei says, with my eyes, I can see that of your past lives, and I figure out your names, Issei said with such a malicious grin, and this is where they wind their eyes. Issei just starts laughing at mostly their like scaredness, fearedness, and mostly just kind of just dread. And this is where, well, Issei just bursts in and laughs, where his eyes turns back to normal, to a greenish color. Mostly it looks like his eyes are emerald green flames, but they just went back into a greenish, mostly in light emerald green eyes, with just a pupil instead of being slick. And this is where Issei is bursting in laughter, looking at all three of them. And this is where Issei says, I'm just kidding. My eyes can't really see to that far. But still, it's so funny. I just wanted to troll the shit out of you. Issei starts laughing because it's just funny to him. This is where all of them just kind of gets confused. Issei says, "Oh, I'm just kidding, Rainer. Besides, how can you not see your ex be right in front of you?" This is where, well, Rainer says, "Ex? What are you?" This is where, well, she won her eyes in an instant because the only person that's ever her ex and the only person that she ever went on a date was Issei Hyoto. This is where she says, "You're..." This is where Issei says, "Yes, I am Sosuke Aizen." Issei didn't hesitate even one fucking bit. He wanted to troll even more. This is where, well, all three of them widened their eyes. Well, mostly Rainer did because she remembers that anime from mostly. She also did like anime, so yeah. This is where, well, she's like, Sosuke Aizen? Wait, no. No. I didn't just go on a date with Sosuke Aizen. We're... This is where, well, Calendar says, "The fuck is going on?" This is where Mito says, "I have no clue." This is where Rainer says, No. My ex was Issei." This is where Issei just chuckles and just bursts in laughter. Says, "Wow, you actually remember my actual name. I thought I could fool you by just changing it to Sosuke Aizen." "Ah, yes. My name is Ise Uchiha." Well, in this world, it's Uchiha. And in my previous world, it would have been Issei H. But yeah, you don't need to remember my fucking last name because I fucking dispelled that name a while ago. It's going to be Uchiha and you can never fucking change it. Issei said it with such a "I don't give a damn" in what you try to change it back to. It will always be Uchiha and it always will stay as Uchiha. This is where, well, mostly Rainer widened her eyes, Calendar and even Milto widened their eyes, seeing the boy who is actually considered to be the Red Dragon Emperor, mostly Issei Hyoto, right in front of them, but named as Issei Uchiha. Now, of course, this is where Rainer says, but, this is where, well, Rainer seems so confused, and this is where, well, her brain already fried an instant. Calendar, she's just over here kind of looking at Issei. Of course, this is where, well, she kind of has this kind of lustful kind of look into her eyes because Issei doesn't look too bad. He does look, well, he doesn't look too scrawny like in original, mostly in the back, well, mostly in their original old world. He actually looks a little bit more stronger and lean built. And this is where, well, Issei seems to just like playing with all three of them. Now, of course, Issei does have this powerful energy aura, being his chakra, and of course, it's just so much more powerful than normal. Which she kind of gets interested in. And this is where Mito says, you're that person. This is where, well, mostly Mito just rambling on, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei decides to say, "Well, if you want anything to eat, I can go make you food." This is where Issei kind of opens the room and just goes into his kitchen, but yeah, or mostly into the Hatake kitchen, but yeah. This is where Rainer comes back into mostly the real life, and this is where she says, "Wait a minute." This is where she noticed everyone's already gone. She's still in the bed, and this is where she goes, did they all just left me?" This is where she hears kind of laughing and giggling, and of course, mostly Rainer gets out of Issei's room to see mostly Issei right now kind of eating some breakfast, while Calendar and mostly Rainer, or not even Calendar and Rainer, mostly Calendar and what's it called, Mito, are kind of in front of Issei. Now, of course, they're actually talking like normal people instead of being like enemies, which Issei just explains what really happened and how he even got here. And this is where, well, mostly Mito makes a joke saying it's better to probably die than getting hit by a truck. This is where, well, Issei says, "At least I wasn't born as a 10-year-old baby, so fuck you, bitch." This is where Issei said with such an annoyed tone towards Mito, which mostly Calendar was just laughing at both their antics. This is where, well, Rainer says, "What is happening here?" This is where, well, mostly Issei, Calendar, and even Mito looks up and says, "Ah, Rainer, you want to come down and sit down and kind of have food?" This is where mostly Calendar said. This is where, well, Rainer sits down and says, "Still, I don't trust you." This is where she kind of glances at mostly Issei. Issei says, "And why is that so much? Why is it so hard for you to trust me? I did nothing to you." This is where Rainer says, "Did nothing to me." Yeah, I believe that. This is where Issei says, "It's not like you just tried to betray me one time." This is where Rainer flinches at mostly Issei's comment. Issei said, "Yeah, it's not like something like that. Besides, I help you against your, what's it called, problems with the Cloud Ninjas. I murdered them on an instant." Issei said with such uncaring tone, which right now scares the shit out of Caloran and what's called Rainer, which Mito just decides to just stop kind of being scared around with Issei, which Issei is scary, but at the same time, she already met another fearful side of Issei. His eyes were green, light green emerald eyes that were kind of on fire, but of course slick. This is where, well, she already seen fucking worse from Issei, which is not even the worst part of Issei just yet. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei said, but that's not the point. You're right now, if you're wondering where exactly we're at, this is not my house. This is mostly my father's house, my adopted father's house, mostly being Kakashi Hatake. And, I guess you can say that my last name is Hatake and not, well, it starts with an H and yes, it ends with an E, so Hatake. This is where Rainer says, it's not Hatake, it's not Uchiha, it's Hyo. This is where Issei covers her mouth in an instant, right now appearing right in front of her, and this is where Issei says, shut up, Rainer. I will not take that fucking name back again. I don't care if you remember it as being that name. I will never accept that damn name, or any of that of my past life. If you state that name right in front of me, I won't hesitate to. This is where he ends it off with actually a blank, and this is where, well, Rainer right now gets shivers down her spine. This is where she says, what will you do to me? Issei kind of hugs her from mostly her kind of back, and of course this is where wrap his arm around her waist and says, well, I might just make you be mine again, this time permanently. This is where he said in a very harsh but very lustful tone, and this is where right now making Rainer kind of blushing an instant crimsonly red. This is where, well, Issei then kind of walks back to his seat and just starts back to eating. But yeah, this is where, well, both Caloran and even Mito notices, well, kind of saw this, and sees how Rainer is all blushing and red in an instant. This is where, well, Issei says, but that's not the point. Besides, so this place that you're right now living in is mostly the Hatake place of my adoptive father. Now the place that we're in is called the Leaf Village. And I feel like you weren't born in one of the 5 great, well, not factions, one of the 5 great villages. So I'm just gonna guess off that you were probably born somewhere in the Mist Village, probably in one of those islands, and then got captured by the Cloud Ninjas, brought through the Leaf Village, trying to not be discovered, and trying to get towards, well, mostly the Cloud Village. But with all that happening, they fell, and I slaughtered them like ants. But that's not the point. It's better for me to then tell you. So the Leaf Village, Issei explains about the Leaf Village and other things. Rainer already knows about the Leaf Village because she did watch Naruto, but didn't watch it fully through. She like stopped at mostly the first part of Naruto, and the second part being Naruto, was it called Shippuden? She didn't watch through it. Only watched like a couple of 100 episodes, and that's all. This is where, well, Issei explains a lot of things about this world and how it works and blah blah blah. And this is where, well, Issei explains that he was trained none other by Madara Uchiha, which Rainer won her eyes and sees Issei, and this is where Issei says, oh, you know that name. Caloran right now, well, not Caloran, it wasn't Rainer that kind of know her eyes. It was actually, well, yes, it was Rainer and kind of Caloran. Caloran does have heard of Madara Uchiha. Well, Mito is still very confused. And mostly we go into mostly Rainer saying, I heard of that name. I never did watch Naruto fully, but what the hell? You were trained by one of the strongest people in this freaking place? Issa says, yep. And now I'm so much overpowered that I can probably make you submit by just using my, well, chakra, my energy. Wouldn't that be fun, Rainer? Just where Rainer says, no, it will not be fun. Her face becomes crimsonly red, just terrifyingly red. And this is where, well, Issei kind of giggles and chuckles and says, man, you're so fucking cute in this world. But not the point. So tell me, Rainer, Caloran, and Mito, how old are you people anyway? This is where all of them say 12 at the same time. Issei says, I see. If I can remember right, Mito, you were like 16 in back in our world. Rainer, you were like 21, and Caloran, I think you were 23. Well, mostly that's what you look like, but I don't really know in your fallen angel state. This is where Mito says, yeah, I was actually 16, even if I was a fallen angel. This is where, well, she then looks at both of those two, saying that mostly Caloran and Rainer were kind of at least a century old. This is where they both glare at what's it called, Mito, and Mito just says, well, I'm just saying the truth. This is where they kind of just scoff and say, "We were not that old." This is where Issei says, "Really? Well, Calendar, you were a fallen angel to begin with, right? Well, mostly an angel to become a fallen angel." This is where, well, Calendar nodded. "So you're the oldest, aren't you?" "Yes, I am." "Rainer, you are also a..." This is where Rainer cut him off and saying, "No, I wasn't an angel before. I was born as a fallen angel. By, well, we'll see, two fallen angels together, making one fallen angel." She explains in a very kiddish way, and this is where, well, Issa says, "Oh, what, did your parents never tell you about the birds and the bees and how that works?" This is where Rainer blushes and says, "Yes, they did. I just didn't want to tell you how it actually works in details, because you would probably just have a blood nose." Issa says, "I'm not a pervert, you idiot." "Really? Then why the hell did you hug me?" This is where Issa says, "You would've, what, you would've want me to just grope you instead?" This is where, well, Rainer blushes and says, "No, that's not what I wanted you..." Well, this is where Caliburn says, "That does sound like what she wanted, probably more." This is where, well, Caliburn says, "She probably wanted you to do more than just hug her and just kind of tell her in a very domination way that instead of just kind of hugging her, she probably wanted you to kind of just grope her and kind of jiggle her kind of..." This is where, well, Rainer says, "Shut up." This is where, well, Issei says, "Still, for being 12-year-olds, you guys have way too much of a big, So, how the hell does that work?" This is where, well, mostly Rainer says, "How the hell does your master, or whatever red-haired bitch, has that much of a big chest if she's 17? He says, "Good point. I don't know how that works, but that's not the point." He says, "Still, that red-haired bitch, she just tossed me away after I saved her from her stupid marriage. And then I got hit by Truckoon, and then I appeared here. You don't need to know the rest, because I'll explain it later on." This is where, well, they kind of feel bad for him, but yeah. This is where, well, he says, "But yeah." This is where, well, Rainer says, "So what do you want us to do?" "Well, I might just have to train you so you girls can become stronger and not die in this world. So I might just do that." This is where, well, Rainer kind of says, "I'm not gonna train." This is where, well, he says, "You either train or I'll make you train." This is where Rainer says, "You do not scare me." 20 minutes later, and this is where Rainer's panting. And this is where, well, Issa says, "You couldn't even hit me once. Oh, please, shut the hell up with your supreme fallen angel status. Yada, yada, yada. No, I don't care." This is where both Caliber and even what's it called, Mito are just seeing this. And this is where Mito swatches up and saying, "Yeah, I'd rather train." This is where, well, Caliber says, "Same." This is where Rainer says, "I am the daughter of Azo, and I won't give up." This is where he says, "Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Did he just say Azo?" This is where, well, Rainer nodded. "You mean that fallen angel leader, Azo? The guy who always asked me to kind of go play video games with him?" "Huh? Wait, you were a double, weren't you?" "Yeah." "When did..." This is where he says, "You were in the same freaking city and you could not even sense your father's energy? Now that's sad. Really fucking sad. Actually, I want to know one fucking reason. Why the hell did you kill me? Did you kill me just because Rias asked you to do it?" This is where, well, mostly, Rainer says, "No, I didn't kill you. My father, yes, Azil, told me to kind of only observe you, and I wanted to get his approval, so I decided to kill you." Issa says, "Wow, you have such daddy issues. You really need fucking help half the time. How about this? I'll become your new daddy then." This is where, well, Rainer's face becomes entirely red. Just so crimson red that it looks like she was already sick. This is where, well, she looks at Issei and glares at him, and this is where Issei just chuckles and says, "It's not my fault." This is where, well, Rainer just sighs and says, "Didn't you have to go to school?" Issei says, "Yep, and I missed that day." "Well, other than that, I should probably try to get you into the same school as me." This is where, well, Rainer says, "Why would you do something like that?" "Because it'd be funny." "Why?" "I don't know. Well, other than that, we should probably be going." This is where, well, Kakashi appears and says, "Yo, Issei." This is where he says, "Hey, Dad, look, I found 3 different people." This is where, well, Kakashi says, "Oh, that's cool, you make friends?" This is where Issei says, "Yeah, there was a call, what was that thing in that book saying? What was that book? It was called Make Out Paradise. love make out paradise. And I remember reading in one sentence saying something about girlfriends. So you can say that they're my girlfriends. This is where Kakashi goes. He coughing and instant blood and say, Issei, don't say that out loud. This is where mostly all three girls' faces become extremely red. This is where, well, Issei is kind of just acting like an innocent child, while Kakashi is saying to tell Issei about mostly not to say that out loud when he's on the street. And don't say that again. This is where, well, he says, but why not? You're the one to adopt me, and Harusen did tell me to call you father every time I see you. This is where, well, Kakashi glares at Issei and says, okay, we're going to go inside, so tell your friends goodbye. Oh, they don't have anywhere to live, so I said they can live with me. This is where, well, Kakashi says, Issei, we have 2 rooms only. Where exactly are they gonna sleep with? With me, Issei said in such a cute little way. And this is where, well, Kakashi goes, wait, I need to go get water. Kakashi went to go get water, come back and say, what? Issei, you can't sleep with girls. Why not? They already slept with me yesterday because they had nowhere else to go. This is where, well, mostly Kakashi said, he right now thinks in his head, Issei in the middle, mostly the bluish hair girl next to him, mostly the left side, the black hair next to him, and the right side, and mid-tail kind of like on his chest. That's what he thinks in an instant. Wait, Issei, no. Did you do anything with them? Issei said, yeah, sleep. This is where, well, Kakashi says, Issei, are you sure you just slept? Yes, why? Okay, gotta make sure that no one hears about this. This is where, well, mostly, someone says, no one hears about what, Hatake? This is where Kakashi turns around and sees mostly Anko. Anko's right now next to, or mostly beside her, is actually Yuzura and, well, both of the Yuzuras. And of course, both of them are kind of just glancing at Issei and having a little tint of blush in their face. And Issei's just smiling at them. And this is where, well, both Yuzuras are kind of just glancing and glaring at mostly the fallen angels, while mostly the fallen angels are kind of glaring at them because mostly they see Issei acting cheerful and differently. And of course, well, it's kind of mostly a jealousy of they want him all alone for themselves. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly all kind of 5 of them are just glaring at each other. But yeah, mostly the 3 group girls kind of versus the 2 other groups of girls. But yeah, so our uncle says, so what is exactly happening here? This is where, well, Kakashi says, oh, nothing at all is happening here. Nothing. This is where, well, mostly Kakashi sweats up and Uncle kind of just says, hey, this is where mostly Uncle looks down to see mostly her 2 sisters, or 2 little sisters. This is where Uncle says, how about you go play with the Hatake boy, the young kind of Uchiha Hatake boy. This is where, well, her 2 sisters kind of look up and says, why? You just go do it. This is where she kind of ordered them. This is where, well, they do it. This is where, well, Uncle decides to grab Kakashi from mostly the collar of like a like vest and just pull him along. This is where, well, Kakashi says, where are we going, Uncle? Wait. This is where, well, Uncle says, we're going inside your, well, room. Just for a little bit. Now, don't scream and don't shout. Okay? This is where, well, Kakashi says, Uncle, this is not a shut up. This is where our uncle says, I have been way too lonely for the past couple of years. This should be good. And besides, I'm just leaving my 2 sisters with your kind of child. What will that make them? Well, I already know what that will make them in the near future. But that's not the point. You're going inside your room. This is where, well, it's an order. This is where Uncle just drags Kakashi in, but yeah. This is where, well, Kakashi says, help, Issei, help me. Issei said, I wish I could, but this is where, well, he noticed the 3 girls glaring at mostly the 2 other girls. And this is where he says, I need to calm them all down. Shit. This is where, well, we go into mostly a time skip. Issei has finally managed to calm down all 3 of them. Of course, they are still kind of very close with Issei. But of course, well, Issei doesn't even know what happened to Kakashi. Kakashi could be dead at all he knows. This is where Uncle came back and saying, okay, let's go, both Yozuros. We're going back to our house. This is where, well, the two Yoruros kind of asked Uncle and what she did exactly towards mostly Kakashi-san. This is where Uncle had a little sense of blush and says, "Oh, nothing. Just something that will make both of us feel very great. Not the point. I'll tell you when your girls are older. Maybe when your girls 10, 14, or even 17. Or maybe something when you two actually decide to start dating the Hatake boy." This is where, well, both of the girls kind of blush in an instant looking at, well, mostly away from mostly Uncle, but yeah. This is where, well, the other three girls kind of has a very envy, jealous look, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei, when he heard Uncle say that, this is where he says, he only has one idea. Yeah, Kakashi could have been absolute lost his sweetheart a while ago. Well, that happened. This is where, well, we go into mostly Issei and mostly the girls walking in, and of course, well, they do smell this kind of foul, kind of like mostly stain, or not even saying mostly this like scent, because all of them has very good scents, but Issei has mostly a dragon scent, so of course Issei say, okay, I do not want to know what that is. Issei kind of goes into his room, and of course even the three girls, but yeah, they close, and of course they go to sleep. The next day happens, and of course Kakashi does sign up three girls into mostly the academy because Issei asked them if he can do that. This is where, well, Kakashi kind of got the information and what exactly happened and why there's three girls now living with him. Now, of course, they're not adopted, but mostly it's found out that mostly the Cloud Village tried to like smuggle them through the Leaf Village towards the, what's it called, Cloud Village. But yeah. This is where, well, we go into Issei going back into the academy the next actual day after that. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to leave it off here for kind of part 2 of this what if. But other than that, bye, see you, and yeah.